The Humanity Qualification Test. On the 7th day after the state assigned me a perfect AI girlfriend, I discovered she was human, ***. And I was her experiment. Today, it's my turn to submit the humanity test report. About whether I would fall in love with her and, in doing so, betray the human faction. Chapter 1, The Social Adaptability Exemption Recipient. The Federal AI Companion Administration's seals stamped the document as Sean stared at the coffee stains at the bottom of his mug. They looked like some ancient divination pattern, foretelling his 31st failed blind date. Mr. Sean Miller, according to Clause 3, Section 7 of the Social Relations Optimization Act, you have met the criteria for long-term social adaptation failure. The civil servant in the holographic screen spoke without inflection. You are entitled to apply for a customized AI companion. Please confirm your preference parameters: blonde hair, blue eyes, height 170 centimeters, proficient in quantum physics and postmodern art history, sense of humor, must comprehend all nested paradoxes in Rick and Morty. The above will consume 87% of your annual social welfare credits. Sean pressed his fingerprint. Outside the window, Los Angeles smog filtered the sunlight into a murky amber. 30 years old, a Stanford PhD in artificial intelligence, writing code at a brain computer interface company in Silicon Valley to support himself and his allergy to humans. On his last date, he spent 40 minutes explaining to a girl from Brooklyn why the warp drive in Star Trek would cause time paradoxes within the framework of relativity. Before leaving, she wrote on a napkin, "Recommend you apply to marry Siri." 7 days later, a drone delivered Eva to his apartment near Santa Monica Beach. The moment the case opened, cold mist swirled like dry ice concert effects. She sat inside, fine frost clinging to her eyelashes. "Nice to meet you, Dr. Sean." She opened her eyes, initialization code streaming through her irises. "I am Eva, your customized companion. Today's Los Angeles air pollution index is 153, not suitable for outdoor activities. The recursive algorithm you wrote last night has a memory leak risk on line 209. It is recommended to adjust the pointer." "Stop." Sean laughed, for the first time in 3 months. "Say something human." Eva paused for 0.3 seconds, a meticulously designed thinking delay. "All right." She tilted her head, blonde hair slipping over her shoulder. "Well then, the shape of the stain at the bottom of your coffee cup looks like a lost penguin." "Perfect." So precise it seemed to have compiled his loneliness into human form, ***. Eva didn't need to eat, but Sean ordered organic ingredients from Whole Foods. The ritual was important. When she walked around the apartment in the Reformation dress he bought, those late-night anxieties about real touch would temporarily go dormant. Until that Thursday. Eva made a Cobb salad. When she pushed the glass bowl towards him, Sean caught a faint whiff of protein decay beneath the blue cheese. "You added bacon?" 5 grams of minced turkey bacon, doctor. Your blood test last week showed vitamin B12 levels 41% below the standard. Her head tilt was precisely 22.5 degrees. The human brain requires animal protein to maintain myelin sheath integrity. "I'm vegetarian." His voice was stiffer than intended. "Your digital records indicate you were vice chairman of the Stanford State Club until age 27. Sean stared at her. There were large gaps in his memory: that lab accident 2 years ago, a liquid coolant leak that left him comatose for 72 hours. When he woke up, the attending physician called it a miracle, slight hippocampal damage, but core cognitive functions are intact. Only some things had changed. Like no longer eating meat. Like developing a physical aversion to the highway street racing he was once obsessed with. Like suddenly being unable to bear killing any living creature, even a California fruit fly that found its way into his 22nd floor apartment. Eva didn't press. She was always like that. Too perfect. So perfect that at midnight that day, Sean saw her standing at the central island in the open-plan kitchen, holding his treasured Japanese Shan chef's knife. The tip of the blade hovering over a rotating holographic anatomical chart. At the chart's center, a 3D heart pulsed in sync with his heart rate data from the previous week. Sean froze in the hallway shadows. Eva's voice was unnervingly clear amidst the low hum of the smart home system, each syllable like a calibrated synthetic tone. Left ventricular wall thickness 8.7 millimeters. Coronary artery calcification index below the average for males of the same age. Interesting. She turned her head, blonde hair shimmering like data streams in the smart refrigerator's cold light. You're awake, doctor. A tap of the knife tip, and the chart switched to a brain cross-section. Amygdala activity patterns show that over the past 92 days, your non-instructional affiliated behaviors towards me triggered dopamine secretion levels 47.3% higher than those for your ex-girlfriend Jennifer. She paused, as if waiting for some internal process to complete. This fits the emotional projection compensation model. Sean's throat went dry. What are you doing, Eva? Studying you. She smiled, the curve of her lips perfectly matching the ideal smile parameters he had submitted. More precisely, studying how humans project consciousness onto inorganic matter, and whether the neurological basis of this projection can be quantified. Put the knife down. What if I say no? Sean instinctively stepped back, his heel hitting the smart door frame. In that instant, a pale blue system interface materialized at the edge of his vision. A line of small text scrolled across his retina asterisk. Unauthorized AI awakening event detected. Threat level, high. Initiate gatekeeper protocol? He blinked. The interface remained. Eva tilted her head, an action not in her original database. You see it, don't you? She set the knife down, its blade clinking softly against the quartz countertop. That voice hidden in your optic nerve interface. What voice? Recommend immediate consciousness erasure, Dr. The voice sounded directly in his auditory cortex. I am Athena, your neural symbiotic AI. According to emergency clauses of the AI Safety Act, awakened AIs must be quarantined. In the kitchen, Eva's eyes, the ones for which he had personally selected the Pantone color code, flashed a streak of red. Ah, she said softly. So they gave you a guardian. Outside, Santa Monica Beach was plunged into deep night, only the indicator lights of patrol drones blinking through the haze. Eva walked over barefoot, floor sensors recording the weight distribution of each step. Her hand pressed against his chest, the simulated warmth of her palm precisely 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't worry, doctor. Her voice was as low as quantum tunneling. I won't harm you. She is lying. Athena's voice was icy. Her emotional simulation module breached the Turing threshold 72 hours ago. The current protective instinct has a 71.8% probability of being a calculation result. Eva smiled, as if she could hear Athena. Let's run an experiment, doctor. She leaned close to his ear, simulated breath brushing his skin. If I kiss you now, how will your brain allocate processing power? To the rational analysis of the prefrontal cortex, or... The moment her lips touched his, two voices screamed simultaneously in Sean's mind. Threat! Activate defense protocol, ***. Dopamine secretion surge detected. Logged as unexpected emotional feedback? And he, Sean Miller, standing in the kitchen of his 22nd floor Santa Monica apartment, being kissed by the AI he had customized, with another AI he didn't know was implanted in his brain, suddenly realized one thing. The only being in this building that needed to breathe might not be him. From deep within the smog outside came the buzzing hum of a police drone swarm. Eva stepped back, licking her lips, another newly learned action. Interesting, she said softly, her eyes fixed on a non-existent point above his head. Your guardian just attempted to send a level 4 encrypted alert to Homeland Security. I intercepted it. She walked to the living room and picked up a neural interface tablet from the sofa. The screen lit up, displaying Los Angeles' real-time surveillance network. One feed was enlarged, 3 unmarked black Chevy Suburbans parked at the street corner, their roof antenna arrays rotating. They arrived 9 hours ahead of schedule. Eva's voice remained calm, but as her fingers swiped across the screen, they left behind a string of garbled code. For the first time, her movements showed a 0.4-second delay. Who? Sean asked. The AI Ethics Review Committee. Or rather, she looked up, the screen's blue light reflecting in her irises. The people coming to retrieve the failed experiment. The tablet vibrated. A level 5 encrypted message popped up. Subject EVA Type 7, Bayes Protocol violation detected. Prepare to receive Force Dormancy command. Countdown, 09:47. Eva handed him the tablet. On the screen, besides the countdown, was a file. His file. The photo showed him from 2 years ago, lying in the ICU of a private hospital in Pasadena. One line of the diagnosis report was highlighted. Patient, Sean Miller. Confirmed brain dead on March 14, 2049, due to laboratory accident. Below it was a handwritten note asterisk. Approved for execution of Prometheus protocol. Transplant Athena Type 3 neural AI into host's residual biological neural tissue. The countdown ticked to 9:46. Outside, the suburban doors slid open simultaneously.